It's not, it's not, it's not coming in the other ear.
Cover of the trees I run, by cover of the moon I become one with the night.
In 2006 and 2007, I was kind of contemplating what my next move would be, not only creatively but like lifestyle-wise, and kind of exhausted by the idea of being in a band, and wasn't sure that I wanted to keep doing that, but at the same time I've kind of backed myself into a corner where it's the only like marketable skill I have. So I dropped out of school like 3 different times to play in bands. So, but in 2006 and 2007, I sort of remembered why I wanted to do this in the first place, and at the same time partnered with somebody and bought a house and built a recording studio, which I record in and also operate as a business. So it was a pretty busy year, pretty busy 2 years actually. And looking back on it, I feel like out of all the quote-unquote idle years of my life, you know, among others 19 to 24, it was the most productive by far. I got a lot of stuff done and made a lot of personal progress, I think.
By cover of the waves I sleep, on a bed of waving sand so sweetly I dream of life, the life I lead when I come to you. When I come to
I think that yeah, there's like a holdover contingent in the audience who are totally welcome for sure. But I mean, my attitude with this record was always that it's going to need a whole new audience and a different audience, and that's, you know, that's what I set out to do, and that's what I, you know, I think I could probably have easily, you know, started a band right after Death from Above broke up and taken that momentum and translated it, you know, but that would have been, for me, like kind of cheap and a cop-out, and I didn't want to exploit that. I mean, maybe it's stupid, you know, it's probably stupid business-wise, but I didn't want to exploit that, I don't know, that momentum. I just wanted to build something new from scratch and not like rip anyone off, you know, while doing it.
Remember New Year's Day, we left the bed unmade, back at my sister's house, back when we drank too much. I love you then, like a seed in the ground.
We got birds indoors. We got birds indoors in Toronto. I don't know how big of a part Toronto does play on my music. I don't think that I'm creating music that's, you know, I don't think it's... I have a lot of peers in Toronto, I have a lot of friends that are in other bands, but I don't think my record sounds like any of their records, you know, so it's not like there's this external influence or cultural influence. I think that it's nice to live in a city and live in a neighborhood and have places, you know, bars to go to and restaurants to go to, where you know the people and the people know you, and it's more just like This record was really comfortable for me to make. I was in my own studio working on my own hours, like in the neighborhood that I live in. So it was really comfortable, and I think this record benefited from that. Going forward, I don't know if I could keep making records that way, because like, you can't make rock and roll music when you're that comfortable. So I kind of feel like I'm gonna have to throw a stick in the spokes for the next record, and maybe even move away from Toronto, but we'll see.
Making up for lost time, we can't get back. Getting out of trouble, you stay out of trouble. Flying with the lost boys, doing your hair. Waiting for the comeback, come and get it. Find a fight, a firefight.
I mean, that's always been a theme. I mean, if you listen to Death from Above stuff, there's a lot of that BS as well. But the Friends sort of theme on the record, I mean, it does refer to, you know, that time when I was kind of rebuilding my social life. I never really had that kind of social life where you have a group of friends and you have places that you go together and stuff that you do, because I don't know, in high school, I changed high schools and sort of had to start new, like, you know, in grade 12 or whatever, I had to make all new friends. And then after high school, I moved away to Montreal and had to do it again. And I never really settled in anywhere. I always felt like the new guy. And for once, I mean, I got over that, you know, in the span of a couple of months, like going through basically like rock and roll rehab, like coming off tour, living in a city, making friends, being social, going out, doing things, and then all of a sudden, then you look at the landscape of your life and you're like, who are all these people and why are they all in my life, you know? And I think that's a pretty valid question to ask. And how, you know, how do they reflect upon me or something? I don't know. It's like, you kind of have to look at these things and figure out who the real people in your life are and who the fucking, you know, who the phony balonies are, and I had to call bullshit on a lot of phony baloney. You know, you got to cut the fat. That being said, I got a lot of really great friends, and if you know, if you're my friend, you know it, and if you're not, then you're not quite sure. Not like it's a great privilege to be my friend or anything, but it's just something I think about all the time. So I think about phony balonies a lot.
Making up for lost time, we can't get back. Getting out of trouble, you stay out of trouble. Flying with the lost boys, doing your hair. Wait for her to come back. Oh, that's cold.
Yeah, I can't feel my fingers. We should not be out here.